So good morning, students. In today class, we are going to discuss about some model of ANN. So this is very important question regarding your final exam also. So model of ANN. So model of ANN is nothing but how you are going to develop a artificial neural network model. So in our previous classes, we learned that the ANN is a layer. It follows layered architecture. It follows layered architecture. So layered architecture is nothing but all the nodes in the network. All the nodes in the network are formed in the nature of layered architecture. So for example, these are the nodes. So layered architecture is nothing but these are connected to other nodes in the network like this. So these are connected with the remaining nodes. So let us assume. Okay, so if you see this diagram, so this is the layer 1. So this is the layer 1. So this is the layer 2. Okay, so that means by using this ANN architecture, you are going to create or you are going to mimic the human brain. Okay. So this is the equivalent electric model to the human brain. Here, so this is the node. So this is the node. Here, the sigma is a summation of all the inputs. That means from external environment, our mind is going to take the input. Similarly, here you are going to give the signals to the node. So this node we are called as a summing junction. Okay. So the summing junction accepts the inputs x1, x2, x3, x4. So now, so for these input lines, input signals, so there is a weights. Weights are indicating with W. So WK1, so WK2, similarly, so WKN. Okay, so now, so these signals are sent to this node and it has some bias. And this is the activation function and we get the output YK. So here the summation here called as a UK. So now you can say that UK equals to the summation of all these signals. All these signals. So this is the activation function. So because we want some non-linear answer. So here we are going to use some activation function that results in non-linear output. And this is the output YK. Okay. So now the net signal at neuron. So this is the neuron here. This node we are called as a neuron. The net signal is the signal x1 plus w1. x1 plus w1. That means the signal 1 and weight 1 plus x2 w2 and so on xn wn. That means the summation of all the input signals. If you observe that, so this is the summation of all the input signals. So this is a linear summation. This is a linear summation. But so this ANN model or any ANN model is developed to find some decision or to find we want some decision as output. Okay, in our previous classes we discussed that rainfall prediction as an example. So rainfall prediction, you are going to take many parameters as a input and here you are using some linear summation So after that, you are going to activate some function. Based on this function, you want some decision. But here the node, the neuron, this summing function returns a linear summation, a linear summation. But we want some decision as a output. We want some decision as a output. So if the output is different of what is desired, then change the strength, that is weight. Here, by using these activation function, you are going to conclude some nonlinear result. And if that result was not desired result, then you can change these weights. So ANN can also learn based on pre-existing presentations. So this process is called fine tuning. So fine tuning. So this is the diagrammatic representation. These are the layers. So this is the layer 1, layer 2, this is the output. So major difference between these two are one is the field of applications, signal transport and processing, some parameter count, so training algorithm, processing speed, topology, so power consumption, and so training time. So these two is nothing but the human brain and ANN model, the field of application. So these are the difference between these two. So signal transport and processing, parameter count, so training algorithms, processing speed, topology, power consumption, and training time. So coming to the field of applications. In many applications, you are going to use these ANN. I hope you all are doing your projects. So machine learning. In machine learning, you are going to use ANN. So machine learning, we have some different streams in bioinformatics and data mining. In many applications, you are going to use these ANN models. So signal transport and processing. So how you can transmit the input and stored in the neuron. So that's also different with in these two things. And parameter counts. So how many parameters you are going to use to solve a problem. And training algorithms. What are the different algorithms you are going to use? So processing speed. So in what speed you are going to process the data. So topology. So how these neurons are connected, that is we call as a topology. So power consumption. So how much power it consumes for this ANN model. And training time. So how much time it takes to train the data. The functionalities that describe biological and artificial neurons are as follows. One is size. The first one is size. So when comparing to human brain, the ANN models are when comparing to the brain, the ANN models are very small. So why? In there, so more than 10 million of neurons are there, and there are connecting with 10 power 9 interconnections. Coming to topology, that is also very different. So 10 power 9 interconnections are there in 10 power 9 trillion. So sorry. So 10 power 9 trillion interconnections are there in the mind. And speed. So because of this size, the speed is very high in human brain. So fault tolerance, that means based on the confidence, the fault tolerance will be increased and decreased. So power consumptions and signals and learning. So all these are the functionalities that describe so biological and artificial neurons are the size, topology, speed, so fault tolerance, so power consumption, signals, learning. Here we identify three basic elements of the neural model. What's the first one? A set of synapses or connecting links, so each of which is characterized by a weight or strength of its own. Specifically, a signal xj at the input of synapses j, so connected to a neuron k, is multiplied by the synaptic weight wkz. So that means what it means. So for example, this is the neuron. So this is the input line. So this input line is consists of one signal x and one weight w. Okay. So now, so this is the x3. For example, the j value is x3. Now the w is with k, that is the weight, and 3. A set of synapses, a set of synapses or connecting links, so each of which is characterized by a weight or strength of its own. So this is the strength of this signal. So wk3 is the strength of this x3. Specifically, a signal xj. So this is the x3 at the input of synapse j. This is the link 3. So this is the link 3 connected to a neuron k. So this is the neuron k, is multiplied by the synaptic weight wkz. Okay, so this is the third. So the weight is multiplied with the synaptic weight, so wkz. So next one, an adder for summing the input signals weighted by the respective synapses of neuron. The operations described here constitute a linear combiner. That means the first step is, so this is the neuron. This we are called as a summation. So this neuron takes the input from many signals, input signals. An adder for summing the input signal. This is the adder. So this is the adder. So weighted by the respective synapses of neuron, the operations described is a constitute a linear combiner. So this we are called as a linear combiner, that we can indicating with sigma. Okay. So third one, an activation function for limiting the amplitude of the output of a neuron. The normalized amplitude range of the output of a neuron is written as the closed unit. So interval 0, 1 or alternatively -1 and 1. So this interval you are going to write as a 0, 1 or -1, 1. An activation function for limiting the amplitude of the output of a neuron. The normalized amplitude range of the output of a neuron written as the closed unit interval 0, 1 or alternatively -1, 1. So now, so by using these activation function, we need some nonlinear output. Okay, so now that nonlinear output we can identify it with these closed unit intervals. Either these are 0 or 1 or it is -1, 1. So in between these you are going to get the values. So we see one more time, an activation function for limiting the amplitude of the output of a neuron. The normalized amplitude range of the output of a neuron written as the closed unit interval, so 0, 1 or alternatively -1, 1. The neural model also includes an extremely applied bias, so denoted by Bk. The bias Bk has the effect of increasing or lowering the net input of the activation function. So this is the model. Okay, so these are the input models. So these are the input lines. So this is the summation function, and this is the activation function. This results, now these three parts are very important in ANN model. So these are the input signals. So for example, x1, this is the w1 and multiplied with some weight. So this returns some summing function. We call that as a UK. So the activation function can result either 0 or 1 and minus 1, 1. These are the values we get. 0, 1 or so minus 1, 0, 1. So this is the bias BK. Okay. So now you can identify that. Say UK equals to this is the UK summation equals to this x1 plus w1, like that. Okay. In mathematical terms, UK. So what's the UK? UK means the linear function. The UK equals to x1 and wk1 plus x2 wk2 and so on plus xn wkn. Okay, so that we can write like this: UK equals to sigma j equals to 1 to m. So that means here we are taking as a m. The summation is w of k j x j. If j equals to 1 to 1 to 2, then we get this summation x1 w k1 plus x2 w k2. Okay, so now yk. So yk is nothing but last result, the non-linear result, and yk equals to uk plus bk. Bk means bias. So this is bias. So yk equals to psi of uk plus bk. So where x1, x2, xm are input signals. So wk1, wk2, wkm are synaptic weights of neuron k. Okay. So these are the synaptic weights: x1, w1, wk1, and this is the activation function. So psi, this we can yk, the final output is yk equals to, so uk psi of uk plus vk. Sorry, psi of uk plus bk. Yes, bk. So bk is nothing but bias. Just wait. So UK is the linear combiner output due to the input signals. So BK is the bias, psi is the activation function, and YK is the output signal of the neuron. Okay, so neuron, so this is the sigma. It takes the input from many input signals, for example x1, x2, x3, with the weight W, K1, W, K2, W, K3. Now, so what is the output of this summation means UK. So this is the UK. Now this signal is transmitting to some activation function psi dot. Now this results in output YK and with some bias BK. You understand this model? The same model you are going to follow in our future classes. So this is the neural network architecture. So these are the input lines and this is the bias and this is the activation function, this is the output yk. So yk is the output of the signal of this neuron. So bk is the bias. So uk is the linear output of the input signals. So this the psi is activation function. Now, so vk equals to uk plus bk. Here the psi. So this is. So depending on whether the bias bk is positive or negative, the relationship between say vk and uk modified in the manner listed below. So this is the linear combiners output uk. These are the uk values, and these are the induced local field vk. So these are the bias. If the bias less than 0, if the bias bk is less than 0, so this is the bk bias greater than 0, and this is the bk equals to 0. So now the linear combiner uk and vk, if you draw the map, we get the map like this. A fine transformation produced by the presence of a bias. Note that so vk equals to bk at uk equals to, so different. uk is nothing but it's a summation of all the inputs. So vk equals to sigma j equals to 0 to m, so w of kj xj, and so yk equals to, this is the activation function psi of vk. In equation 4, we have added a neuron synapse. Its input is x naught equals to, so plus 1, and weight is so wk naught equals to bk. Here, so we told that bias. So this is the x1, starting with x1. The x naught is also add to this model. So this is the x naught, and the weight is bk. Take this as a weight. Yes. So in equation 4, we have added a neuron synapse. Its input is x naught equals to plus 1, and the weight is so wk naught equals to bk. So now this is the model. So this is the model already discussed up to now. These are the input lines. These are the weights, synaptic weights. So this is the summation function. So this is the vk. So vk equals to these summations plus the bias, and this is the activation function. We get yk as a output. Yk as a output. Now for this model, you are going to add a fixed input. So x naught equals to plus 1, and the bias is wk naught. The weight is the bias. In previous model we discussed that. So this is the bias bk. So this is the bias bk, instead of that, now you are going to fix the input x naught, and you are going to add this bias as a weight. So activation functions used in ANN. So this is the activation functions. Here in ANN model, we are using activation functions. This is the activation function. The activation function denoted by psi-v, so defines the output of a neuron. In the terms of the induced local field V, here we identify the three basic types of activation functions. So one is the threshold function, the piecewise linear function, sigmoid function. Threshold function. So used in single layer network to convert net input into output. So threshold function, so used in single layer network. So single layer, how many layers in the network? Only one layer, to convert net input to output. That means this psi of V means 1, 0. So the output is always 1 or 0. If V is greater than or equals to 0, so V less than 0. If V, that means if the V value is less than 0, then this activation function's results output as a 0. If the V value greater than or equals to 0, then it returns output as a 1. So this is the representation for all the negative values. That means it is less than the 0, then so these values are 0. For if the value is greater than 0, then this activation function is 1. Now this is the diagrammatic representation. So this is the psi-v. So now, so this is the 0 values for all the negative values. If the value is 0, then it is 1. For 0.5, 1. For 1, it is 1. 1.5, it is 1. Okay. The output of a neuron K employing such a threshold function is expressed as Yk. So that means the output of the neuron Yk equals to either 1 or 0. If the Vk value greater than 0, then it is 1. If the Vk value less than 0, then it is 0. So that function we are called as a threshold function, where Vk is the induced local field of the neuron. So Vk equals to J equals to 1 to M. So Wkj Xj plus Bk. In this model, the output of a neuron takes on the value of 1 if the induced local field of that neuron is non-negative and 0 otherwise. So that means the result Yk equals to 0 for all the negative values. If it is greater than or equals to 0, then the value of Yk equals to 1. In tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about the piecewise linear function and sigmoid functions. So thank you all. We meet in tomorrow class.